Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, July 8th, 2014. Thank you for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts. I'm going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You're going to see that the futures are trading lower by $3.75 to $19.67 per contract. So futures are coming under a little bit of pressure. Now, what's the reason for this? There's a lot of speculation out there. It could be one reason or another, but I'm just going to go right to the dollar-yen chart. Dollar-yen moves lower, futures move lower. That's the bottom line. Just don't make it hard on yourself. That's the way it works. The reason for it is simply because when the money comes out of the dollar-yen trade, which is the carry trade of preference these days, there's no excess capital to buy S&P futures contracts. That's all it comes down to. It's very, very simple. Maybe they'll say that on CNBC one day. But either way, dollar-yen is moving lower right now, and hence the futures are moving lower as well. That's really all it comes down to. If dollar-yen gets a bid, watch the futures get a bid. If you watched the tape yesterday or the market yesterday, you saw the correlation almost tick for tick. And sometimes the relationship can break apart, but today it's firmly intact. So either way, you look at it, you slice it, you dice it. That's what's happening, and I think that's what traders should keep an eye on for the most part. All right, there's a few other things out here that we got to cover. There's some stocks in the news, but first, before we get into stocks, tonight after the closing bell, Alcoa will report earnings. This is generally the official kickoff to earnings season, although really until about next week or mid-next week, earnings season will not really begin in earnest. But in the meantime, the unofficial or the official kickoff is tonight after the closing bell with the Alcoa earnings. Alcoa is not a bellwether stock anymore. It's not going to move markets like it used to. But nonetheless, later this week you'll have JP Morgan, I believe Wells Fargo, both reporting earnings as well. So again, the unofficial kickoff to earnings season will begin tonight. All right, let's take a look at a few stocks in the news. KLAC is in the news today. The stock looks like, or the company announced, I believe, a $1 billion buyback. Also, they've upped their dividend by 5 cents. Right now, the stock is trading at $74.51. Again, I don't think there's much upside here. The stock has upside potential today to around $75.50. I really don't think it's going to get much above there today. So, again, in the longer term, the trend is up. Maybe it continues higher. But today, I really can't see the stock getting much above $75.50. Let's take a look at PetSmart. Looks like there's some news out on PetSmart today. Right now, the stock is trading at $69 a share. It looks like there's a shareholder, Longview Asset Management, is calling for the sale of the company. So they're looking for PetSmart to sell the company. Last week, Jana Partners got involved with, I believe, a 9.9% stake in PetSmart, and they're looking to explore a sale as well. So I don't know where the sale is coming from. I don't know who's buying this, but nonetheless, that's the news on the company. Again, right now the stock is trading higher by about 5 cents, so it's not that big a deal. But again, it's holding steady. The stock has upside, believe it or not, to $71.50. After that, I really don't think there's much upside left in PetSmart at all, despite all these institutions looking for a sale of the company. Who's buying this stock? That's what I want to know. All right, but either way, $71.50, that's your resistance level. Let's take a look at SDRL, which is Seadrill Limited. Stock is selling off today. It closed at $39.60. Today, it is trading at $38.06. Looks like the Norwegian oil services company announced a $1 billion 5-year convertible bond offering. So again, they're taking on debt. What can you say? That's just the sign of the times these days. Free money, easy money. I don't think it's that big of a deal. The level I have for Seadrill, okay, the level that I have for Seadrill today, if it does come down, would most likely be right around 3660, 3650, right in that general vicinity. I'm not sure it's even going to get down that low. Right now it's at 3807, so you will actually hit some support at $37.36. But the big level today is going to be right around 3660 for Seadrill. So keep that on the radar, 37.36, and then it's going to be 3660. Big level of support. You can own the stock there for an intraday scalp bounce. 37.36. $37.36 is also a pretty good level if you want to try it, but a little bit of a higher risk play. Let's take a look at Groupon, GRPN. The stock got upgraded today. I honestly don't see any more upside on this equity past $6.95, $7. So again, good little pop. It closed at $6.45. Somebody upgraded it today. Again, I don't really know why, but either way, $6.95 to $7. That would be all the upside that I see on the charts. There's just too much resistance around that level, so we'll see if the stock can get through there. I don't think it will, but either way, don't look for much more upside in Groupon this morning. Let's take a look at the Fresh Market, one of my favorite stores. Looks like Goldman Sachs downgraded the stock today, so I'm not sure what we could make out of it, but it was downgraded to sell from neutral at Goldman. Why would Goldman put a sell on this stock when it's already down, trading around 32.66, now trading at 30.50? This is a good decline. The all-time low on this equity is 28.60. That's double bottom. So again, I guess you got to watch that level there. Right now, I'm showing some minor intraday support at $29 if it does get down there. So I think the Fresh Market could see a little bit of support around 29. Then you got 28.60, which is the all-time low. And again, that was made on May 22nd. 2014. So the stock should get defended around that area. Watch for a bounce, but even around $29, I think there could be a bounce today. So again, it's a hard trade, it's a risky trade, but those are the levels that I'm looking at right now for intraday bounces. Let's take a look at Deutsche Bank. Looks like Deutsche Bank's ready to settle up with the U.S. government. Again, I don't know how much we can make out of this. It's been going on for a long time, but it looks like Commerzbank is involved. And the allegations are over money laundering rules. So it looks like the U.S. is going to get a fine out of these guys. Either way, the level I have for Deutsche Bank remains the same, $33.90. Right now it's at $34.98, so it's got to go down another buck. Goes down to $33.89, $33.89. I think you can buy it there for a scalp bounce. So the news is out. That's usually good. We'll see if they initially flush the stock, but anytime the news is out that they're going to settle and the investigation is going to be closed up and all of that, it's usually positive for the equity. So watch Deutsche Bank. If it gets at $33.89, I think you could play it there for a scalp bounce and possibly even a swing bounce. But that's what I'm seeing right now. Delta Airlines has been taking a beating lately. This has been one of the leading stocks of 2013, 2014. But it topped out in early June, now rolled over pretty nicely. The stock right now is trading at $36.25. Not a bad level down here for Delta, but a level that I do like for a trade would be $35.16. So watch Delta at $35.16. I will be snatching it up at that price for a long side scalp bounce, $35.16. This is not a bad level where it is right now at 36.25. This could get a bounce here, but the safer level, in my opinion, would be a move down to $35.16. I think that's a very, very good intraday level for a scalp bounce. Might even be a good level for a couple of days, a bounce for a couple of days. But either way, Delta around this level does look somewhat attractive. So again, just want to point that out, and we'll see how that shakes out and plays out. But nonetheless, that is what I'm seeing at the moment. So again, $35.16 is your spot there for Delta. All right, let's move over now to the gold market. Gold is having a pretty good day, up $6.60 at the moment. Gold futures are now trading at $1,323.60 an ounce. Let's look at the GLD, which is a good proxy for trading gold futures. Right now, the GLD is trading at $127.30, $127.30. It closed at $127.02. I have a hard time seeing the GLD get above 128 today, but it is holding up very, very well. And the longer it consolidates like this, the stronger it's going to be for the future. So gold's holding up very, very well today. Remember, dollar yen's down. Gold usually will go up. Dollar yen goes up. Gold will usually go down. Keep that relationship on watch. It's the opposite of the stock market. The stock market trades with the dollar yen. The gold market trades opposite the dollar yen. Very easy way to remember it. Let's take a look at light sweet crude. Light sweet crude right now is trading flat on the session, down 5 cents to $103.48 a barrel. Let's go to the USO, which is a good way to trade light sweet crude, and you're going to see that's trading at $38.17. This is exactly where it closed. I'm showing a ton of support for the USO today, around 37.40 if it does sell off. Now, I don't know if it's going to sell off. I'm really not even expecting oil to sell off, but if it does, 37.40 is your bounce level. Okay, with that said, everybody, I think we've covered quite enough today. If we take a look at the futures, they're down about 3 points. We'll see where this market goes and how it plays out. But all in all, nothing terrible out here. Even yesterday, the trading volume was so light, hard to make anything out of yesterday's sell-off. A little bit of maybe mild distribution, but that would be about the extent of it. With that said, everybody have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.